and I've got another banger for you guys. It's an analysis that we had done based off of the GbpUsd currency pair, and it seems to be playing out really well. I'm gonna insert the video where I was breaking down the analysis, and I'll attach the link in the description, as well as yeah, I'll insert a young video where I'm showing the analysis right here. Check it out. Ideally, what we'd be looking for, and this is largely dependent on how price plays out. We want to see this happening. Anyway, we experience change of character within those smaller time frames. We would be looking to take our entries, taking price down. So basically, guys, that's a breakdown of how it is that we took this entry, and as you can see, this is the screenshot. Actually, our entry was right around the 1 hour POI, where we're isolating that last candlestick, and this obviously being our protected high. It actually played out very beautifully. Came down, came up, eventually tagged us, and stayed below our stop areas. And so right now we're running at a very healthy, very decent amount of profit. And something that's very interesting that I hadn't paid attention to actually during the analysis, which you can go and check out. By the way, guys, if you're here, go there and do the things: the liking, the subscribing, the sharing, do all of those fun things, and yeah, I'll keep on dropping more content for you guys as you go along. And so one thing that we did have that played out very beautifully is a very high time frame change of character, which is on our 1 hour time frame, already seeping from that previous change of character, where we did expect it to come towards these deeper levels, mitigating the daily institutional candle, where we saw a lot of momentum shooting to the upside and then very quickly going down to push price further all the way to this lower area over here. And so the market retraced, very beautifully clean market structure, nothing too hectic, and then it began to accumulate, to distribute around these areas, where eventually the most important thing that we wait for when we are checking out a distribution pattern is the anticipation of a break of structure to either side, and then waiting for it to retest some deep levels. And so if this was a continuation pattern, for example, Wyckoff rule says our reaccumulation structure would look for the first phase would look very similar to a distribution schematic. And so the most important thing to await is your change of character, which we witnessed over here. When price shot down, we knew that the one thing that we needed to anticipate is seeing price come back up to tag us in, is what I'm saying. And so this speaks very largely to the importance of being patient when you're trading the markets. As you can see over here, this is a 4-hour time frame, and so each one of these candlesticks represent 4 hours, and clearly this was something we would have waited for to transpire over a couple of days, and with that existing continuous possibility of it stopping us out. However, this change of character, according to our understanding of market structure, insists that price should go down, and that's exactly what price did. And upon going down, it just came back to snag us in, and then we shot down. But even upon going down, guys, it revisited those areas, those extreme areas, which is sort of the kind of delivery that you anticipate when there's going to be a very large volume movement. There needs to be an accumulation of those buying positions so that they can sell the market off and use your money as liquidity. So I did mention this in one of my videos previously, that smart money concepts are slowly becoming the liquidity. So we wouldn't have been surprised also to see price just snagging, going above this area just before it shoots down. And so this is what re-emphasizes the importance of watching what the market is actually doing and taking your entries based off of what sentiment you are seeing from the market as price continues to deliver, because there's a lot of liquidity obviously resting above these areas, and so you shouldn't be surprised seeing price shoot up and then leaving a wick right up there to come and close below. And so in instances like that, we would have taken our entries right off of that candlestick. which speaks to a entry model that I actually want to show to you guys, where if you have a candlestick, in this case the liquidity was right above this area, right? I'm just going to demonstrate this very quickly because this is a recap and I don't want my recap videos to be anything longer than 10 minutes. This would have been the highest area before what happened there happened, and so it would have been our buy side liquidity, right? This would have been our buy side liquidity. So when price shoots up above that buy side liquidity and then comes back to close within the previous candlestick, it means this was a clear rejection. So you could have taken that entry right from there, right? And your stop loss would have been right above there. You see what I'm saying? But if you want to take a more confirmed entry, you typically anticipate the change of character playing out and then the market coming to snag you in. However, the high risk entries for those instances where, I mean, the probability would have been higher if it had actually gone even above this upside liquidity, showing us that it has very, very deliberate intentions to push price lower. But in this case, it didn't shoot above the double top liquidity, and so it wasn't going to be very easy to be confident jumping into that trade right off the bat. And so we did wait for it to give us our change of character, then come back to snag us in anywhere above the 50% area, guys. You know how we do. Anywhere above the 50% area would have been your entry area, right? And so we just waited for price to come above this area. And so when you're able to see a proper institutional candle, a buy a buy to sell candle, you can use the close of that candlestick as a proper entry area, which is what we did in this instance, and it took us in. But I do want to have a little bit of conversation around patience, because this is something that took place over 2-3 days. I mean, this is what, about a good 10 candlesticks, which is 40 hours. 40 hours. And so that's a good 3 days when you include this too, where it would have looked like your trade is not playing out. But when it eventually does, it does the most. And so we are currently looking to take our first partials right around this area. There's liquidity to be grabbed over here, but it looks like price is very intent on continuing to push downwards. I just hope it gives us a young reversal a little bit, which will give us more re-entry opportunities somewhere around this area. Right now we can lock our profits. We're properly within break even. We can do more investigation around these areas to figure out where our ideal entry would be. Let me just include this thingamajig over there. And yeah, when price pushes back up here, we're going to have more re-entry opportunities with the intent to push price further down. But it will, of course, depend on the sort of market structure that is being played out around this area to confirm whether or not we're going lower. Ideally, we'd want price to come, shoot above this area, but close below, meaning that we would have grabbed enough liquidity to actually sponsor price being bearish even further. As yet, the volume and the momentum of our delivery kind of suggests that we will very soon run out of strength and need to go and redistribute somewhere around this area, collecting more orders to sponsor price going down. And so yeah, that's pretty much it for today. This is a recap basically, and so there isn't a lot to dive into. I just wanted to really speak about the idea of being patient as a trader. This is not one of those things where you just show up in the market and start making money. People who become sustainable, people who are able to jump into this career and make it a living, are people who are able to sit on their hands, because there's a reason why you would have put your stop loss about at that area. You understand? And unless you've had a change, a break of structure to the downside, which we see very clearly here, it's not yet time to protect. It's not yet time to protect your profits by setting your stop loss at break even. But now that we've had that beautiful break of structure over here, guys, we're good to go. We're good to go. There's no way price is going to come all the way to your entry area unless it is invalidating this trend going downwards. However, because we did have the change of character on this H4 time frame, we are looking to take price further down with our first partials being right around the deepest area that we reached before we began to retrace all the way to this area. And so, yeah, guys, keep on checking out this GBP USD trade play out. And I hope these videos that I'm dropping for you guys are, inspiring you to keep on doing what you need to do, depositing some healthy knowledge as far as assisting your trading career is concerned. And let's do the most, guys. There isn't much that I can really say to you. With this is a function of educating, taking the time to actually evaluate each and every concept, each and every precept that you learn, and integrating it properly into your own trading style. Mine will not be exactly similar to yours. I can tell you what I do, the sort of thinking that I implement on taking trades. However, you will need to figure yourself out, understand your personality, and then begin to integrate certain concepts to complement your personality and allow you to trade. There are people who are able to make money scalping, taking entries on 1 minute time frames. Personally, that's not for me. I've seen more losses than profits doing that. And so the swing structure is more practical for me, particularly being a person who wants to have uh, time to do what I want with my life, and ideally have higher probabilities as far as uh, market sentiments, market biases, and probabilities playing as far as my trades are concerned. Otherwise, guys, it's been fun. Keep checking this out. If you see re-entry opportunities, don't even think twice. How you wanna win? As my friend always says. Nonetheless, that's it from me today. I hope you guys are having a good time. I'm out.